Hello everyone. So this is Shruti Kaura. All my video series are dedicated for this Environment Day. So it was Environment Day yesterday. So that is why I have created this series of complete understanding of the global warming. And in today's video, we are going to cover the effects of greenhouse gases and ultimately what all we can do to save our planet, to save our Mother Nature, what exactly we all can do in a very simple, easy and lucid manner. So what exactly are the effects of greenhouse gases? If I tell you the effects of greenhouse gases, the first and foremost effect is climate change. What do I mean by climate change? So climate is changing, we all know that, that's for sure. But extreme weather conditions are there. We all can experience these extreme weather conditions. Another effect is that we all are having respiratory diseases. And why we are having these respiratory diseases? Obviously due to smog, due to the air pollutants. So these are not only the effects of greenhouse gases, of course, air pollutants are equally responsible. It's just like that I'm looking at the bigger picture. That is why I just said greenhouse gases. Next, in case the climate is changing, it could either lead to floods or it could either leads to drought. Now obviously flood, when it rains too much, when it rains heavily, it rains cats and dogs. So in that case there are very high chances of flooding. In the case of, and flood is also an flooding or floods, they are also an effect of greenhouse gases. On the other hand, right, so drought, where the earth is parched and dry, the earth is really dry. Now why? What do I mean by drought and why the earth is parched and dry? Because the climate is changing. So if it has, if I just said it rained heavily, I can also say that it didn't rain at all. That is also possible due to climate change. So under both the condition, the next effect is famine. That is, millions are starving. There is a shortage of food supply. Right? Khane ko khana nahi hai. That is what we called as famine. So all these effects are due to the increase of greenhouse gases or air pollutants into the atmosphere. So not only this, even the sea levels are rising. Why the sea levels are rising? I'm pretty sure you all are aware. Because obviously the planet is getting heated up and whatever snow is there, it has started melting. So the sea temperatures, the sea level is rising because ultimately that snow will get melted and it comes to the seas only. Now this is all about the effects, whether I talk about climate change, whether I talk about floods, famine, drought, or respiratory diseases or the rising of sea levels. Ultimately, what is a solution? It's an Environment Day, it's our planet only. So are we only going to discuss or look at the problems? What are the challenges? What are the issues? Are we only going to look at that? No. Let's look at the solution. Ultimately, at the end of the day, what we all could do, what we all can actually do to reduce, if not eliminate, to a certain extent to reduce the concentration of these greenhouse gases. Or maybe we are not even sure whether this will work, but at least we can do our part. So the first solution to combat with this problem, to counter this problem, is to drive less. Now you all must have understood that why should we drive less, because I shared in the earlier video that when we drive we burn gasoline. So drive less, if possible do carpooling, if possible. Secondly, there are a lot of electric vehicles are also there. If possible, you can opt for that, if that is a feasible solution. If not, you can do carpooling. Even if that is not possible, try to drive less, because transportation was the major cause of the increase of greenhouse gases, if you remember in my earlier video. Secondly, I told you electricity. So what can we do about the electricity? So there are a number of things that we can do with our electricity. For example, if I talk about my home, My home has really got all the motion sensing lighting, right? So I have all the LEDs. Similarly, you can also do the same. Replace all your age-old, bulbs or lighting with the energy saving or the energy efficient light bulbs, maybe LEDs or motion sensing lighting. Then, unless and until it's not a scorching heat outside and you're not really feeling that heat wave, right? There is no need to switch on the air conditioner. Come on, I know lifestyle is changing. It's changing and we all are, getting a slave of this lifestyle, but can't we come out of it? We all are at the end of the day. Come on, we all are so powerful, we are so educated. We can do that. We can switch off the air conditioner, or there is no need even to switch on unless and until we are actually feeling, that scorching heat. There is really a heat wave outside and we can't bear that heat. So I really don't think so that air conditioning or, using a lot of air conditioning during the day is really a worth it or a good option. Now, what other things we can do with electricity? If you are not at home or even if you are in some other room, you can switch off the lighting for that particular area, for that particular place. Use the switch off button very frequently. Like you use the switch on button for the air conditioner quite frequently, I suggest use the switch off button very frequently. Always keep in your mind that I need to switch off the lights. Wherever you see the light is on and nobody is there, so there is no need. That's okay, right? Now, is there anything else that we can do with our electricity? I would like to point one thing, that if you remember in our childhood, there used to be yellow color bulbs. If you are still having those yellow color bulbs, please stop using that. They consume a lot of electricity. Even your electricity bill goes too high. You are going to, experience a big spike in your electricity bill. Please replace that, right? So that is all some of the measures that we all could follow with electricity. Now, the major line that you see everywhere, let me make that line easy for you. That is reduce, reuse and recycle. Whatever, the 3 R's. So unless and until you don't feel that you need to buy something, I suggest don't buy. Reduce your consumption. Reduce your usage. We all are, well-to-do. We all are well off. We all can go ahead and buy whatever we want. But is it really required? Is it really necessary? Right? Is it something without which our life can't, proceed further? Unless and until that is not the case, I suggest reduce your consumption. We have already done so much harm to the environment. There is no need to do further. Then reuse. Reuse in the sense, if I have something, if it has, getting old, look for some other alternative creative ways to reuse that. If not, do a tie-up with some NGO. Those people will come to your place. They'll automatically collect your bundle of, items that you want to reuse. And if you are unable to think of the ideas from the do-it-yourself videos on the Facebook, or you don't have the time, whatever the reason could be, let's not just get into that. Give it to the people, tie up with some NGO and give it. Lastly, recycle. So I am pretty sure you all must be thinking, how should we recycle? We don't know. So for all of you, for those of you who know how to recycle, very good. But for others, again, I would suggest there are a lot of NGOs who are working to recycle the products. Simply give it to them. And there is no need for you to go anywhere. Give them a call, they'll come to your place and they'll take it. So that was related to the items, transportation, electricity. Lastly, plant a tree. If not monthly, if not daily, you can do it, come on. And even if not weekly, you can do it quarterly. And if not quarterly, maybe you can do it once in a year or twice in a year. Depends on what you want to do, but have that conviction inside you that I would like to plant a tree. So that is my way of giving message to you. for this environment day, so I could have also gone somewhere and clicked some pictures in the garden, but I thought of just, giving my learners a sneak peek into the global warming, the difference between greenhouse and greenhouse effect, what are greenhouse gases, what are actually the causes of these greenhouse gases, what are the effects and solutions. So I just made an effort to explain all of you the details of this particular phenomena, right? I hope most of you have understood, right? So I'll meet you in my next video. Till then, stay tuned to my channel. This is Shruti Kaura signing off. It was really nice to interact with all of you, right? And if you really like this video, feel free to like, share and comment. Do subscribe my channel. Connect with me. If you message me, definitely I'll reply to it. There is no second thought to it. Thank you so much. That's all for today.